Hello, beautiful souls. This is Arshia Seth, founder, owner, Chispaarsh Catalyzing Change, based in India. And it's after very many days that I am here on the podcast. It's because of my voice. I wasn't sounding that great under the effect of weather, having bad sore throat, and my voice was totally choked. And I was missing connecting with you guys here. So here I am today and continuing on a series of Harmony Within. Here I am with the fourth episode with the title of Trusting One's Knowing. It's very important to establish harmony within. And why did I use the word establish? Because everybody has that capacity of having the harmony within, which is lost in the due course of living. As we grow, as we take on this world's way of living, the harmony within begins to fade itself. So it's very important to trust your knowing, having confidence in your own intuition, your instincts, your inner wisdom, which I funnily called your inner GPS. Yeah, each one of us has our own GPS, which navigates us through what would work for us, what is the truth of us, not what this world is telling us. I hope you guys can hear this lovely sound of the cuckoo bird here. Thank you for contributing to this podcast, cuckoo bird. So coming back to that, I am a facilitator of change, a consciousness coach, and this is exactly what I do through my workshops. I facilitate, empower people to know that they know. And it is something which has changed so many people's life. I mean, go through the testimonials and the social media that is on the website, our YouTube channel and other, how people have had remarkable, miraculous changes through these workshops, through online and offline workshops. All of them are there. So, empowering people to know that they know means you have that capacity to know. You have always had that capacity to know your truth. All you need to do is de-layer, declutter all of those layers and filters which have taken over during the course of living over the number of years. So it's about relying on your internal guidance system, having complete faith in your ability to make sound judgments and decisions based on your not accumulated knowledge and experience of this world, but based on your internal knowing. The accumulated knowledge and experience of this world by far give you the bipolar results. It will only show you things, okay, this is good and that is bad. This is the right thing to do and that is not the right thing to do. Well, my question is based on whose responses, whose database. It is a probably research done, data accumulated, observing certain number of cases. But do you know what? Your truth is your unique truth. No one else will ever have the truth that you know you have it. So it is the key point here to establish, reclaim, re-own and acknowledge the harmony within which is lost in due course of time. And so I said reestablish because you always had that. You were born with it. Lost somewhere during the number of years, you have the power to reestablish it. So trusting one's knowing actually involves tapping into your inner resources. What are the beliefs and values that guide your actions and choices in your life? Look into that. It also means acknowledging and valuing your own insights with complete trust, not even a bit of doubt. Even if they do not align with popular opinion or external expectations. So, in my past episodes, I have mentioned how the outer world keeps projecting itself on each one of us every day with multiple filters on, with multiple judgments and expectations placed in there. You have to literally look for your truth like you're looking for a needle in a haystack. It requires immense amount of self-awareness, self-introspection, and a willingness to listen to your inner voice amidst and above all the noise and distractions of the outside world that you have around you. How can you achieve that? So here I'm going to discuss a few key aspects of trusting your knowing. I already said number 1 point, which is self-reflection. Trusting your knowing starts with understanding yourself on a deeper level. When I say understanding yourself on a deeper level, it means you have to peel off a lot of layers which have been put over you by this environment, by people around you, by family, by friends, by peer group. It involves self-reflection, introspection, and being in tune with your thoughts, which gives rise to a certain emotion, a feeling, and desires. By developing self-awareness, you can better identify and discern what feels right and authentic to you, even if it feels wrong to the rest of the world. So that's self-reflection and self-introspection for you. Secondly, accumulated knowledge. Trusting your knowing is built upon the foundation of your inner knowing without any filters, and not the accumulated knowledge and experience. Because your accumulated knowledge and experience is coming from the past. It could be many past lifetimes or even that past moment in your current life which is just gone. It means recognizing and valuing the lessons that you have learned throughout your life, whether through formal education, personal experiences, or insights gained from various sources and people. Drawing upon this knowledge allows you to make informed decisions and judgments, sure, but the ultimate decision based on your truth will be yours. So do consider all of the accumulated knowledge, for it is there for some reason. It is there that you have so many learnings based on your experiences, based on your knowing. However, do not allow it to override your intuition, your inner voice, your knowing. Thirdly, I would say intuition and gut feelings. Intuition plays a significant role in trusting your knowing. It's that gut feeling or inner sense that guides you even when logical reasoning may not provide. So, and I include all the sounds that are in the environment, and what contribution can this be to this podcast that guides you even when logical reasoning may not provide a clear answer. So, intuition is often based on subconscious processing of information, patterns, stuck patterns categorically, and experiences, and can provide valuable insights and guidance. So keep that in place. Fourth point would be the authenticity and values. So trusting your knowing requires aligning your actions and choices with your authentic self and core values. It means staying true to who you are, your principles, and what matters most to you. A slight, tinge of advice here. Just do cross-check all of these principles and your core values that you are operating out of are not based on somebody else's filters, is not using somebody else's lens. Just make sure. So by honoring your values and aligning your decisions, you can build a sense of integrity and fulfillment. And that will actually show you what truly works for you or what has never worked for you so far, though you have been sticking up to this value, calling it yours. Lastly, I would say embrace the uncertainty. There is nothing certain, not even your next breath. So trusting your knowing does not mean having all the answers or being infallible, never failing. No, it never means that. It involves embracing uncertainty and yet being open to the possibility of making mistakes. It's only human to err, right? And to forgive is divine. Haven't we all heard that? So encountering challenges in the life, making mistakes is part and parcel of your living. It requires the willingness to learn, adapt and grow, even when things didn't go or they don't go as planned. We live in an impermanence world. We live in a fallible world. Nothing is perfect. I've said this in my past episodes. Trusting one's knowing is deeply personal process and a unique one to each. It requires immense amount of self-trust, self-confidence, self-introspection, self-reflection, and the willingness to take responsibility for your choices and their outcomes without going into the rights and wrongs of it. So it is about finding the balance between drawing upon external knowledge and insights while honoring your own internal compass. Your internal compass cannot align with external knowledge necessarily, or it may. However, look into it that your internal compass is never bending towards the weight of that external knowledge. In that case, probably you have lost the inner insight. So make sure. So while trusting your knowing can be empowering, it is essential to remember that seeking external perspectives or maybe taking advices, suggestions, ideas from outside, expertise from outside can also be valuable, but not override your knowing. Balancing your internal knowing with external input can provide a well-rounded perspective and enhance decision-making process. So trusting your knowing is a lifelong journey, and it is achieved by you becoming more and more friendly with yourself. by eliminating and eradicating all of those judgments, those little things that you have about yourself, that self-doubt, the fear, the anger, and all of those emotions which do not allow you to be the intimate, which do not allow actually you to have the intimacy with yourself. So trusting your knowing is a lifelong journey, and a lifelong journey of self-discovery and self-trust. It requires cultivating a deep connection with yourself. And how can you achieve this deep connection? By these little practices, the 2 tools that I am going to be sharing with you right now. One is, whenever you're tempted to say to anything, I don't know, replace it with a statement, I don't have the information about this yet. However, I am willing to have it. Stop practicing I don't know. Stop using I don't know. That is the first key. That is the first step towards knowing yourself. Showing that willingness that you are choosing to know yourself. Okay? And secondly, do know that you have all the information within. It's just that it is not available in your conscious awareness right now. Okay? With this, I, Arshia Seth, sign off with this 4th episode of Harmony Within. Bye-bye.